Hi there, this is Java Jim with First Line Equipment. And today we're going to go over why a portafilter may not lock into a group head. Did have a customer a while ago, not too long ago, but a while ago, where they received a new machine. They tried to make espresso and they couldn't lock into the group head. They actually locked the portafilter into the group head. And a couple of things to remember. The first thing I asked the customer was, are you doing it with or without coffee? And she says, with coffee. So I said, take the coffee out, take the ground espresso out, clean it, then lock it in. And it went. So basically the bottom line is, there was too much coffee in the basket that didn't allow the locking in of the portafilter into the group head. And this is pretty much for all the espresso machines that have portafilter handles. Now, the second thing is, if you just noticed, on a brand new machine, okay, I'm locking this in. Sometimes the gasket's brand new and you need to put a little oomph into the portafilter handle. Okay, if you don't, you may get some leakage. Or if you put it without coffee and you can get to the 6 o'clock position, then, and you can't get there with coffee, you may have too much coffee, ground espresso coffee, in the basket, and you need to reduce it. So you might have too much where you can't lock. You may have a little bit too much where you can't get it in all the way. And don't be alarmed that without ground espresso coffee, you only can get to the 7 o'clock or 6:30 position. Over time, as the gasket breaks in and wears, it'll get to 6, and as it wears even further, it may get down to 5 or 4:30 when you look at this as part of a clock. Okay, 12 up here, 6 down here. So just keep that in mind when using a portafilter. And then we went over, when you're grinding your coffee, after you tamp and polish, make sure you wipe the rim. Really important, because that will build up and also can prevent you from locking the portafilter over to where you need to be without leaking. Or if there's too much coffee built up on this gasket that's in the group head here, then you will not be able to lock it in over as well. So that's the purpose of back flushing. You're not only back flushing the screen, but you also back flush the gasket with a back flush wiggle. We have a video on that. We actually probably have 2 or 3 of them on our channel on YouTube. So just keep that all in mind when you're using the portafilter and it doesn't lock in. It's usually because of too much espresso ground coffee in there. And sometimes where customers have the grind too fine and too much coffee, you may get not even a pour. So you also have to be looking into that if the pour is not coming out at all. Okay, thank you for watching. This is Java Jim with First Line Equipment. As I always say, please subscribe to our social media channels. Please share this, because the customer said they had a wealth of experience and they still, had to call. And that's okay. You can call us, email us. We want you to basically use the machine in the correct fashion. And last but not least, coffee first, everything else second.